Good morning, everybody. Well, it's not really morning no more.
Well, more good afternoon, I would think.
Good afternoon, yep. Hope everyone is doing well. So, today, what are we talking about?
Today, we are going to do gonorrhea. We're going to chat about gonorrhea today.
Oh my God, the lovely world of gonorrhea.
The clap.
The clap. The clap.
As it's an AKA, so it's also known as the clap. Yes.
Oh, okay.
But first, we had some questions come in.
From our last chat.
Yep, about chlamydia. So we had questions come in from condomlady@gmail.com. So our first question was,
can you get more than one STI at the same time?
and the answer is you absolutely can. You can get multiple STDs or STIs at the same time, and they require different treatments. So it is always best, must use protection. Have fun, but use your protection.
All right. We also have another question, and this one is, can you use the same medication to treat both gonorrhea and chlamydia?
Okay, so the answer to this is no, you cannot. They are different, and the medications that you use also differ depending on whether or not you're pregnant for a girl or the site where you contracted it. So if you have male partners, things are very different. So treatment is very important. The medications are different for each scenario. And so it's very, very important to discuss this with your doctor or whoever you are having treat you for, or whoever you're getting tested with. So be very clear, be very open with them. They've heard it all. You don't have to be embarrassed at all about going and getting tested.
Your doctor can become your best friend.
Oh, most definitely. Yes.
All right. Well, those are the questions that came in from our last chat. So, would you like to start us off?
Absolutely. So we're going to talk about gonorrhea. A lot of people call it the clap. They give it just like everything. We have a short names for it or whatever. So gonorrhea is a sexually transmitted infection, and it also can cause, just like chlamydia, it can cause infertility. So this is a bacterial inflammation, and it's actually on the rise in Canada. So the antibiotics that we're using are becoming, they're having to work harder now to clear your system of gonorrhea. So you can get it, of course, through oral sex, through vaginal sex, or anal sex with somebody who is already infected with gonorrhea. It can also, again, be spread from mom to baby during childbirth if mom doesn't know that she's contracted it. Okay, so after 20 years of decline in Canada, the rates of gonorrhea have actually started to rise almost 53% in the last 10 years, which is quite significant. And a lot of that is attributed to better testing at the lab, but it's also unfortunately attributed to people not using sexual health items such as condoms, female condoms, dental dams. And gonorrhea it actually is affecting our younger population more than anybody else, especially young men around the ages of 24. Mm-hmm. So get your condoms, folks. So that's why it is important to know about gonorrhea.
Okay. So how can you find out if you have gonorrhea?
Okay, so for men, symptoms of gonorrhea and they differ between both men and women. The symptoms, if they occur, they're usually between 2 to 7 days after infection. For men, they will usually get kind of like a burning sensation when they go pee. Possibly a white or yellowish discharge from the end of their penis. Burning or itching at the opening, as well as painful and swollen testicles.
Don't wear jeans.
Ouch. Go
That
get
sounds like
tested.
don't wear jeans.
Yes. And go get tested.
Go get tested. Yep.
So for women, early signs of gonorrhea may be mild. They may have, say, a burning sensation when they go pee, some vaginal discharge, possibly some lower abdominal pain, painful sex, and possibly bleeding in between periods. So again, they're kind of mild and could be attributed to anything. Mm-hmm. Why it's important to get tested regularly. Women can also have no symptoms whatsoever. But there's also symptoms if you have contracted gonorrhea by anal sex. So you may have an itchy butt, an itchy bum hole, soreness or bleeding, possible discharge from your butt, and painful bowel movements when you're pooping.
Oh, that.
Okay, so this one, there's a lot of overshare. I'm sorry, but I want you to have all of the information that you can possibly have. Also, if you have contracted it through oral sex, you could possibly get a sore throat. So it is definitely important to get tested regularly. And I know I preach this, but I'm going to say if you're having unprotected sex, get tested a lot. But if you're having protected sex, but multiple partners, please go get tested every 3 to 6 months. That's a good set.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, besides condoms, is there any other way that you can prevent getting gonorrhea?
There's only one way, and that would be abstinence.
Oh, no, you're just taking the fun out of it.
I'm so sorry. That is why I preach condoms and condom use, because you definitely want to ensure that not only you are safe, but that your partners are safe as well. Because even if you're just having a casual interlude with somebody one night, you still want to make sure that you're both safe.
Yeah.
Like, I still think that, that is, you're worth protecting no matter what. Your sexual health is 100% worth protecting. And if that other person that you're having an interlude with does not want to wear a condom or does not want to use a condom, really, is it worth your health? That's what you have to think about. Is it worth not using a condom? And we all get into the moment and all of the rest of that. I totally understand that. Sometimes you forget. I get that too. But really, when it comes right down to it, we all like having sex. But is it worth the possibility of having an issue for a lifetime as opposed to 2 minutes to put on a condom? Mm-hmm. So, I ask you guys that. Is that
even
something...
less than 2 minutes. It takes 10 seconds.
It really doesn't. I mean, if you are using condoms on a regular, it's not hard to pinch the tip and roll it down and away you go. You are good to go.
Yeah.
So definitely, I preach testing and condom use. So I don't I don't say, oh, you should be abstinent, because this is about learning and this is about human behavior. So that's why we try to be as open and non-judgmental as possible, because there's no point in being judgy about this.
Nope. Just a reminder, we are a judge-free environment.
100%.
Yes. So another question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if you do test positive?
Okay. Well, like I had said earlier, with you will go in, you'll do your testing, and they will say, okay, you're positive. They will send you away with a prescription, and they usually last anywhere from 7 to 10 days. And then make sure that you take all of them. It's part of the reason why gonorrhea is becoming stronger than the antibiotics that can treat it, is because we don't take all of the antibiotics. And then it just makes it a stronger kind of infection. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. It makes it a stronger kind of infection. So I would say definitely take them from beginning to end, and then you should be clear of it. But that does not mean that you cannot contract it again. So please use condoms.
Yes. Okie dokie. See if there are any other questions here for us.
All right. Well, that sounds good. I mean, okay, so here's something. How about if we talk about if it's left untreated?
Ooh,
now, you can just ignore everything. But if it's untreated, for women, of course, there is fertility issues. Mm-hmm. And that is not, I mean, any lady that is wanting to have babies in the future, they want to make sure that their body is clean and taken care of. You can also develop pelvic inflammatory disease if you're not treating. And that includes abdominal pain, fever, internal abscesses, long-lasting pelvic pain, and scarring of the fallopian tubes. Definitely don't want these things.
No, those sound painful.
Yes, most definitely.
Just a note here: if you hear any kind of munching in the back, that's the dog.
Yes, that is our pup. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our
He's
old
a bit
pup.
hungry.
Yeah.
Just to forewarn.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so also for men, you can develop a painful inflammation in the tubes that attach to the testicles. So I believe vas deferens.
Ooh.
Big word.
That's a very big word. I don't know if I could pronounce that.
And it also can, if you don't get treated, it can also lead to male infertility. And one of the biggest things is if you leave this and do not get treated, it can actually create some life-threatening diseases. So easy enough to take antibiotics for 10 days, get it cleared of your system, and then you don't have to worry about it. You're good to go. Just make sure you use condoms because you can get it again. Just want to make sure that's clear. If a woman is pregnant and she passes it on to her child without knowing that she has gonorrhea or that she's infected, it can actually cause some serious issues with the baby. Joint infections, blindness, and possibly some blood infections that could be life-threatening. So definitely, much easier just to set a regular testing regime and take care of your sexual health that way.
Okay.
So that is a lot of all the information that I have at this point, or that I thought should be covered. If you have any questions, of course, please feel free to email us at thecondomlady@gmail.com. All lowercase.
All lowercase. So that was Condom Lady and Mountain Girl. And we will talk to you guys next time.
Have a great week, guys.
Bye.